Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It's Crystal Palace versus Manchester United preview. For those who are watching live, thank you. Slightly later than I wanted to be, but the reality is we are live, and I'm very, very happy to have you all here with me. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. But yes, Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. I want to talk about what my team is. We're live at 9 o'clock. Arsenal are drawing at the moment. I've purposely called this video, I titled it on Twitter, the title charge starts at Palace, purposely to wind up the bitter rivals who will just jump all over it and go, you're 14 points behind us, you're 7 points behind us, you're 6 points behind us. And I find it quite funny. I think United fans are quite realistic that we may not win the title this year, but I just find it funny that it terrifies the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea fans because they're all over it. Can we win the title? Yes. Will we win the title? Probably not. But it's all about, it's the Fellaini's sparkling behind me. He's getting excited. Woohoo! But yeah, it can happen. Of course it can happen. I've got to get your live comments up. I sometimes go into a bit of a mood. But I'm going to go through my Manchester United team first. I mean, what I would say is that when you look at this game, Crystal Palace away, West Brom away, I think is our hardest game of the next 6 I'm going to mention on Saturday. Then it's Sunderland and Borough at home, win both of those. Then it's West Ham away, which is like a home game because although it's away, they're terrible at the Olympic Stadium or whatever it is. There's no atmosphere there. And then Liverpool at home, which we will win. So if we can beat Borough, and I really think we're going to beat Palace, I'll give you my score prediction now, 3-1. We could win our next 6 games, which is 18 points, which is going to put us right in the top 4. I think it's Chelsea's title to lose. I'm not going to mess around and say it's anything else, but I really think we'll catch City. I really think you're right. I really think we'll catch City. I really think we'll catch Liverpool, and I really think we'll catch Arsenal. Whether we can catch Chelsea is what it's all about. But West Bram's the hardest game for me. My lineup, there's something I really want to talk about as well. Really, really want to talk about some of this stuff that's going on in the media the last few days with Carragher, Gary Neville, Klopp, Pep, Stan Collymore. Got a real big opinion on that. Disgusted by it. Really, really winds me up. But we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. What I want to talk about, first of all, is the team I would select tomorrow night. Crystal Palace, whether you've done your homework or not, Wilfried Zaha, put him in my fantasy Premier League team at the weekend, 2 assists and a goal. He's been doing that quite consistently. He's an interesting danger man for Palace tomorrow. But regardless of whether he has the game of his life, they've been letting in so many goals that the team of our quality and calibre, we should be scoring at least 3 goals tomorrow. And that's, maybe it's disrespectful to Palace, but they have problems. I'm going 3-1 to United. We've got to win this game tomorrow. I'd be very disappointed if we don't. My team for that game would be De Gea in goal, Valencia at right back, Jones and Bailly centre-backs, and I would either play Rojo at left back, but I don't think he's a very good left back, so I'd play Daley Blind. Why would I drop Darmian? Very, very simple. Sissoko of Spurs is quite simply the biggest clown signing of the summer. He's probably on the level of Fellaini, an absolute flop. But he looked like Messi on Sunday when he came on because Darmian got torn apart. And that, I don't know what. I think he's trying to do the old Azpilicueta thing, putting a right back at left back. But Darmian's not Azpilicueta. I like Darmian, but I don't like him at left back at all. And I don't want him to play at left back. So I would go Blind. I think, by the way, Mourinho will play Darmian, and I think he may not. Will he bring Bailly in? I don't know. Might bring Bailly in for... I don't know whether he will, Probably won't. My midfield 3 picks itself. It's Carrick, Herrera and Pogba. If you watch Herrera back from the weekend, he's shouting, directing. I tweeted it out earlier. A lot of people think that Daley Blind's the natural successor to Carrick. Herrera is. And people say, oh no, Herrera's better in a more advanced position. Yes, he is. But Herrera's not 35 like Carrick. He's a good few years off that. Herrera will grow into that Carrick role is what I'm saying when I say that. So the midfield 3 picks itself. Obviously, we can't have Mkhitaryan on the right. I would play Mata. I think him and Valencia work far better than him and Lingard, than Valencia and Lingard, or Valencia and Rashford, or Valencia and Rooney. And on the left, I'd play Martial. I really think Martial gives us something on that left-hand side. Yeah, he wasn't great against Spurs, but he offers us something better than Rashford and Rooney on the left, and Zlatan up front. So that would be my lineup. Shvi Mallow says, Mark, do you think the current top 4 will drop enough points for us to creep in? I think they will 100%. Well, Manchester United will be... Trevo says Fosu Mensah at right back. I'd love to, mate. He ain't going to do it. But when it comes to top 4, what you got to look at is, we've dropped a lot of points. We're very fortunate if we get another bite at this. And it annoys me really, because I think if we hadn't dropped those points, we'd probably be in a shout for the title. That's not going to happen. Valencia is suspended, says Ben Buchanan. I'd thought about this. I thought he was. I even did some research on it. And I thought, but then somebody said he was on 4 yellow cards. Thank you. If Valencia's out injured, then suspended, then he's probably going to play Ashley Young there. I personally would play Fosu Mensah. What he might do is move Darmian across. Martial is out as well. Where's all this coming from? I mean, I've been out for the evening, but where's all this coming from about Anthony Martial? This is bad to worse. Why is Anthony Martial out? I don't believe that. Surely, I mean, this is the problem. What I was about to say, but with United in top 4 is that we can. It's down to ourselves. It's down to ourselves and what happens. If we win these next few games, then of course I think we will encroach on the top 4, because also I think Arsenal have got City at the weekend, so City or Arsenal are going to drop points. There are reports that Anthony Martial has not travelled with the squad for tomorrow night's game. That's really disappointing. I'm trying to get it from a decent source. Not always easy. Well, that's gutting. That is really gutting if that's true. I really do think we needed him to be playing. Somebody's saying he's not out. I think it's just coming from he didn't travel, which, to be honest, tends to be quite true. If that's the case, why wasn't seen travelling with the team? Fractured leg. Don't believe that. I find that frustrating if he's not part of it, because it starts to encroach on what we're building. We're sort of building towards. We're not far off in our best first 11 now. With Martial on the left, Mkhitaryan on the right, Zlatan, that brilliant midfield of Herrera, Pogba, and Carrick, and then get Bay in as a centre back, get Shaw in at left back, Valencia right back, maybe play Jones or Smalling with Bay. You've got a very good back 4, but already it looks like Valencia's suspended. That's not his fault. Mkhitaryan's obviously injured. Martial doesn't go, and then suddenly I'm not so confident, because I'm like, well, who are we going to play on the left? Rooney. Who are we going to play on the right? Lingard. I just, it worries me. But we've got to win this game. Mkhitaryan wasn't in my team. Don't worry, Poomsy. Few people want Fellaini to start, but there is a rumour that Martial hasn't travelled. Somebody's saying they were joking about the injury, but there is a rumour that he hasn't travelled. I've just read that myself. But we've got to win this game. We've got to beat Palace tomorrow. We've got to beat West Brom. The West Brom game, we might have an error. We might have margin for a draw. But realistically, we need to win it. And then we beat Sunderland and Borough, beat West Ham, beat Liverpool, and we will be in the top 4. I firmly believe that. I do, because I think Liverpool got Everton. Liverpool play City around Christmas time as well. So somebody said that today. I said, we're going to win. If we win our next 6 games, we'll get 18 points. We will be in the top 4. And some Liverpool fans said, well, what if we win all our games? Well, that can't happen, because you're all playing each other and we're not playing any of you lot. So that's how we will break the gap. So 3-1 to me, and my team very quickly again would be Fosu Mensah at right back with De Gea in goal, because Valencia's suspended. I would play Jones and Bailly. I'd play Blind at left back. I'd do Carrick, Herrera, Pogba. I'd do Mata on the right, Martial on the left, Zlatan up front. If Martial's not travelled, I probably would put Rooney on the left. I do not like Rashford on the left at all. He's just not there. He's not that sort of player. Toby V says, have a good Christmas, Mark. Have a good Christmas to you all, but we've got loads of content daily. Do join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the watch along, where we will have the team news. Always very interesting. But what I wanted to talk about for a few minutes was something that's really frustrated me. We do the United stand because fan opinion matters. You're not an important role about, fans don't play an important role about football. Fans are football. You take fans away from football, footballers have no money, the media have no people to buy their products, they're just playing Sunday League football with one man and his dog watching. So fans are the lifeblood of football, and fan opinion is really important. But what made me laugh today is that I saw a couple of comments that just really riled me. Jurgen Klopp, first of all, coming out and saying that, about what Gary Neville said about, whether Gary Neville, Carragher or Phil Neville are right to say about the keeper what they've said. They've got a right to have an opinion. Klopp comes out, he's got a right to have an opinion, but the way he levels it back, ridiculous. He basically said, Gary Neville's a failed manager, why would anyone want to listen to him? Which is fine. If you want to say that about Gary Neville, that's fine. whatever. I disagree with that comment, but it's fine. But if you're saying that Gary Neville's opinion, just because he's failed a manager, doesn't matter, what does our opinion as a fan? We must be like the shit on his shoe. If Gary Neville's opinion doesn't matter because he's a failed manager, what does the normal football fan opinion mean to Jurgen Klopp? Very little. And I think you start to scratch the surface of what a lot of players and what a lot of managers actually think of fans. We're just an open checkbook. We're just the money to pay their wages, who should sit in line and listen to what they've said and keep our mouths shut. No, 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 no. And people were even having a go at me on Twitter today saying, you know what, your opinion doesn't mean anything, Mark. You're just a fan. Wind your neck in. It means nothing. Well, and what does your opinion mean against somebody who's paying a lot more money than you? Are you the manager of Liverpool? Are you the manager of United? To which my answer is very simply this. I don't get into Twitter arguments, but my answer is very simply this. Van Gaal was an absolute joke as a Manchester United manager, and for the last year, us, you and everybody else were saying you're wrong not to pick Herrera, you're wrong not to pick Mata, you're wrong to keep picking Fellaini, your tactics are rubbish. He was paid a lot of money, millions of pounds, but we were all right. Our opinion was better than his. So I don't buy into this fan opinion doesn't matter because somebody's paid a lot of money to manage our club. Nonsense. These managers will be long gone. We were there before them and we'll be there after them because this is our club. And we know more about our club a lot of the time than what these managers do. And I find Jurgen Klopp's comments about Gary Neville, I don't like it what he said about Gary Neville. I think that's ridiculous. Gary Neville's played as a Manchester United legend for many years and he knows a lot about football. Whether he's a manager or not is something else up for debate, but it doesn't mean he can't give an opinion on something he's been part of for 20 years. Fans who follow their club, they've watched them week in, week out. You've got a right to have an opinion. Football in its basic sense is very easy. It's 2 teams of 11. There's 2 goals. You've got to try and put the ball in the back of the net and stop the other person from doing it. You can pretend it's all about triangles, pressing, tiki-taka, whatever. Or you can do what Sam Allardyce does, just pump it up long and you'll win games. It's a very simple game, football. So never, ever allow your opinion to be overshadowed by somebody else. I don't like the 100% monopoly of ex-professional footballers on Match of the Day and everything like that. I think it's tosh, absolute rubbish. But that's the route they go down with their arrogance. The second one was Stan Collymore basically coming out today commenting about Pep Guardiola's idiotic comment about I don't need to train my team to tackle. Of course, anybody's got a right to pick up on that and say what an absolute idiot. I've been saying Pep Guardiola will be found out in this league. Maybe he will win a couple of trophies, but he'll be found out because he's managed 2 clubs in Barcelona especially and Bayern Munich where it was harder not to win the league than it was to win it. And now he's in a league where it's competitive. He'll get found out. But he was questioned in his press interview today. Stan Collymore said this about you, and Pep's petulant response was, "Who's Stan Collymore?" To which the Pep-loving media are all over Twitter, all over the social media. Pep put Stan Collymore in his place. And yet again, whatever you think about Stan Collymore, whatever you think about Pep Guardiola, ultimately the big message is that Pep Guardiola doesn't give a damn about what anybody else's opinion is other than his own, and he will put you down about it. So all these Man City fans going, good on you, Pep. Well done, Pep, for putting Stan Collymore in the place. What he's actually done, and what Jurgen Klopp has done by dissing Gary Neville, is basically say, nobody's opinion matters that mine, and especially fan opinion doesn't matter, wind your neck in. And it riles me, it does rile me, because we don't do this for a laugh, and I think any one of you lot, as you prove on Skype Goldbridge every Monday night, and as hopefully we prove as well when we talk about football with you, anybody's opinion matters. I could sit and talk about football with Mourinho, Alan Hansen, Klopp, anything like that on a level, and all you could do. I'm not in awe of them. Why should you be in awe of them? They've done well in their careers. They've got good jobs and they've got big responsibilities. And in the case of Mourinho, I trust him to do the job. But don't tell me I can't talk to you about football. I find it very, very arrogant. But there we go. Could you turn Fellaini off in the background? It's kind of annoying to look at the flashing lights. I know I hadn't. I normally have them on static, but not tonight. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Sander Sagers is on there. Hadn't seen him. No trophies for Pep while he's at City. You heard it here first, said Joel Murray. Yeah, you heard it on the United stand first. Pep Fraudiola. Louise can't win anything without Messi. Totally agree. Mark for FIFA president. Great opinion, buddy. I couldn't do FIFA or the FA. I mean, I'd love to talk about the FA for you. In fact, I was out for a meal with my dad tonight and he brought it up about the... he's a Chelsea fan, by the way, so he was in a good mood. And we're talking about, he said, what do you think about the FA? And we both agreed. This has been like it for 30 years with the FA. It's no surprise to me that people have come out and said the FA are run by old, white, ism people, and all the isms, sexism, whatever, who are out of touch of football. You know, all you needed to do, I mean, I've seen it for over 3 decades, but Southgate is England manager. He's managed under 21s and he's a failed manager in the Premier League. Allardyce, long ball, never managed in Europe. Hodgson, yes man. Yes man. That's what they go for. Somebody safe, somebody who's going to make the tea, someone who's going to pop out and get the milk for them with no questions asked, someone who's going to bow down and polish the shoes. They ignored Brian Clough twice. They got rid of Venables, who was doing a good job, because they didn't like him because he was a character. That's the FA for you. And that's why, if you were an England fan, England have done nothing in however many years, because they are managed and run by people who are more interested. As I told you before, England are a brand. They don't even have their stickers in the Panini World Cup sticker book, because they make their own money and have their own sticker book. They're a brand and they make bloody loads. And I would implore any England fan, stop going to watch them until they sort the FA out. They're a joke. I've certainly given up on them. But I'm ranting a bit. I'm going off on topical stuff, which maybe I shouldn't. A chance for Memphis tomorrow, says Danderman. No way. No way. Would be a good segment for United Stand. Goldbridge digging with my Chelsea dad. Shaw, Rojo, Bay, Fosu Mensah would be solid. Jose, listen to me, I know stuff, says T Ballard. I think Shaw is actually injured. He'll play Ashley Young at right back tomorrow. We should win the game. We've got to win tomorrow. I'm talking about we're going to win, and I'm sort of looking ahead to West Brom, and that's very dangerous in the Premier League, and it's very dangerous for Manchester United. We've got to win tomorrow, and I think we're assuming we will win. And then excited for West Brom. So yes, the United Stand. I've got to talk to you a little bit about the United Stand. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, get involved, and like the video and all that. But a few big things coming up, hopefully in the next few days. But in relation to our lineup, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we will be live with the team news and all the way through the game with the watch along. So join us for that. Thursday night, I don't know what we're doing. It's my Christmas work due. I will be doing something live, and it will be off my phone, and it will be around 9 o'clock. And God knows what I'll talk about. Friday night is the obviously we'll do the preview for West Brom, 8:30. Friday 5:30 kickoff, so 4:30 live team news on Saturday. West Brom. Sunday night is the Christmas special at 8:30. Monday night is Skype Goldbridge, and then we're moving towards Christmas, where we've got, hopefully I might get Stan Collymore on next week and stuff like that. So there's stuff daily. There is stuff daily. I'm done. I think I've covered everything I wanted to do. Just a little update. 79 minutes gone. Everton 1, Arsenal 1. I mean, you know what? There could be a late goal in that. Everton are bottlers. But the reality is, if Arsenal draw that game, they are 9 points, 11 points ahead of us. Win tomorrow, we pull it down to 8. So, and they've got City at the weekend. You know, a draw ideally. We beat West Brom. We're right back in it. So hopefully Everton will hold on. Hopefully they'll hold on. FIFA is going to be back, don't worry. FIFA will be back, don't worry. Definitely going to start doing that again. I will let you know on one of these videos. Not taking phone calls today. How long left at Goodison Park? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Mkhitaryan's going to be back on Boxing Day. Hopefully might be back sooner. There are rumours. Line-up again, Mark, says Oliver Hopgood. So my line-up would be De Gea in goal, Fosu Mensah at right back because Valencia's out, suspended. Bailly and Jones as my centre backs. Blind as left back. Carrick, Herrera, Pogba pick themselves. Mata to come in on the right for Mkhitaryan unless he somehow recovers. Martial on the left, Zlatan up front. We win the game. But I have heard that Martial may not have travelled. That is true. I know someone was blagging us a bit there, but he may not have travelled. Apparently there's another Mark Goldwood in the comment section. It's certainly not me. And T Ballard again says, how bad was Darmian against Spurs? He was bad. He was bad. I like him, but he was bad. And FIFA will be back, Louise. Don't worry, it will be back. It's been too long. And they're talking about my FIFA career mode. But thanks everyone for watching. I talked to you all night. We will be back tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to the Palace game. I'm probably more excited about this than any game for Man United in a long time, because I feel we're on the start of something after Sunday. Go and win tomorrow. Build that happiness and positivity. So join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the lineup. We will be live for the hour before the game and through it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Keep spreading the word about the United Stand. Oh, very funny story, actually. Very funny story. This is the first time it's happened to me. Was out for a meal tonight. And it was quite a nice restaurant because my dad was paying. And sat there, and this waitress comes over and says, "Are you Mark Goldbridge off the United Stand?" Now, I live in the Midlands. Nobody ever does that to me. No one ever does that to me. And I said yes, and she said, "Can I have a photo with you?" I was like, "Right, okay, why?" She says, "Oh, my boyfriend won't believe that I'm sat with Mark Goldbridge. I'm serving Mark Goldbridge." And I was like, "This is really weird. Who in the family's put this up to this?" But she was the girlfriend of somebody who runs Anfield HQ, who we were up against in the Football Blogging Awards. So a little funny. This might not be funny to you, but I did find it quite funny because everyone in the restaurant was sort of looking over, and I had a little glimpse into what it would be like to be famous, which is something I would never ever want to be. I don't like it. I like doing this, but I don't like that. But thanks everybody for watch, and I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Brilliant comments as per usual, and yes, 3 points tomorrow. 3 points tomorrow. See you all soon.